Hi, I'm Mary Cooper and I'm from Mercury Woolcraft, and today I'm going to show you how I make felted soaps. The first thing you need obviously is soap, and I would suggest if you're going to do this you use a nice soap, because it's a bit of a waste of time felting an ordinary old bar soap that's cost you a few euros. So I use handmade soap, and today I'm going to do it with orange and patchouli soap. Now these bars are about 120 grams in weight, and to start off with, the first thing I'm going to do to make it simpler is to cut off the sharp corners, because these corners when you first start can poke out very easily, and you will see that that soap won't go to waste either. Okay, so that's not going to go to waste. I'm just going to put that on my dish here with all my other bits of soap that I use for felting. And we also need wool, obviously. The wool must be easy to felt. There is no point getting merino superwash because it won't felt. That's been treated to prevent it to felting. And so you need to get something that will felt. This is Clun Forest, which I've hand dyed myself and drum carded. And towels, you need lots of towels. Now I use drum carded bats for my felting. These are done quite thick, and the great thing about them is I can have one colour on one side and another colour on the other side, so I can end up with two different coloured soaps using the same bat. Each soap takes about 10 to 12 grams of wool. If you use too much wool, it's too much work to felt it. If you do too little, the edges or corners will poke out and you won't get a fully felted soap. So first of all I pull off a strip like this, very simple, and this will probably do 2 bars. So I then pull it again like that. That one might be a little bit too small. If I think it's a bit light, I will add some more more wool to the inside of it, always to the inside, because sometimes if you add to the outside it doesn't hold together when you felt. So it's a little bit thin there, so we'll just add a little bit more here to make it sure there's enough to cover the soap. Then we get our bar of soap that we've trimmed. Place it on the wool. I fold over the edges slightly, not too much, and fold it over again here and roll it up. Don't worry about the edges poking out like that. Get the ends of it, smooth it down, and then I tumble it like that in my hands before I start. Okay? And then we have a saucepan of hot water. I do it all in the kitchen because I have the saucepan actually on the heat. Low heat, you must be able to put your hands in, otherwise it's not much good. I have my little trimmings of soap here, so I'm going to just dip the soap and the wool in once, take my little trimmings and just rub them gently on. In the end, the soap will come out through the wool, but this is kind of a shortcut, so you don't have to work too long before the soap starts coming out. And I just tumble it again, my hands, and I might dip it in again, another bit of soap. That's my trimmings, because I don't want to use a different type of soap than the one I've got in the bar. Tumble it. I haven't touched the ends yet. Now it's fairly well held, that's held in place. Look. So now I'm going to dip the ends in. This is a bit more tricky because we can end up with a hole here very easily. And you get a bit of my soap again, my trimmings. Or if you don't have enough trimmings, you can use another bar of soap. Not the same soap. And I'm going to very gently rub the top. Very, very gently. Very gently. Till it starts holding together. Working it gently. Don't be tempted to lean heavily on it. Press it a little bit. And again, more soap. Doing this over the saucepan because it's dripping. You can see the soap's beginning to get quite, bar's beginning to get quite sudsy. Now I'm going to do the other end. Again, gently push it down, get some soap, soap your hands like that. And again, very gently on top, just to encourage the fibres to felt together. If you've never felted before, don't be tempted to do this too roughly. If you do it really roughly, all you do is push the fibres apart rather than encourage them to join together. Now it's beginning to hold together. We don't need to use any more soap. The bar is now creating its own soap. Now we have to go over to a towel because it's all getting a bit too wet and sudsy, and give it a quick dry. The towel. Just dry it off a little bit. Gigi, my puppy, would like to help. Now you can be a little bit rougher with it if it's all, particularly if you've got all the, it's kind of stuck together there, you can be a little bit rougher. Once it starts holding together, you can work it a little bit more roughly. Because we've trimmed off the corners, they're not going to poke out here. Make sure you're working on all sides of the soap. When it's getting fairly firm, the job's done. And then we're going to cold water and rinse off the surplus soap. Squeeze the water out, back onto the towel. And dry it. So, the towel, then leave it somewhere warm and dry, to dry completely. There you go. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful.